Hello. It's Lloyd. I'm back with another video. I hope everybody's been doing well. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe, like, and share some of the videos. Remember, the last video was about triggers. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and rewatch the video and ask some questions on that. Any questions? No question is too much to answer. I remember the previous video before that was about self-soothing. I said that I'll bring up some information on what causes us as adults to be stuck on pattern behaviors that is missing in our childhood. With that being said, there's an author that I stumbled upon called David Rico. Who wrote something about something called the 5A's of love. And these 5A's of love are very, very important and crucial for us as human beings, to be able to self-soothe ourselves and to be able to take in things and release them in a normal, healthy manner, like nature has its four seasons, without the global warming though. So what are these 5A's of love? These 5A's of love are affection, attention, appreciation, allowance to be, and acceptance. All these 5A's are very, very important for us as human beings, because without them, we're not able to process things properly. So today, the first thing I decided to talk about was attention. David Rico really hit the nail on all these 5A's, but there's another author also I'll bring up. His name is John Gottman. John Gottman is a family therapist and also a relationship therapist, and he's also a research therapist. So he talks about, in his book called The Relationship Cure, he talks about something called a bid for communication. In a bid for communication, it's when somebody constantly knocks on your door to try to get your attention. And this is something that's very, very important, because a lot of times we miss these things when somebody's trying to get your attention, because unfortunately sometimes we misconstrue a bid for attention as being needy, or sometimes we confuse it for annoyance, or sometimes we confuse it for what it's actually not. Basically just get out the way. So a lot of times this happens when a child is very, very young, and we have children always constantly I'll just use words that we all use as adults, nagging you and annoying you and doing all these things all over you, constantly run all over the house, screaming your name and doing all these things. The child is simply trying to get your attention because the child wants a moment with you. Some children need more attention than others, but it's upon us to try to balance it, because it helps the child gain a balance. But then it becomes an issue where sometimes we as adults, we're not aware that we have to give the child some kind of attention when they continue to do these things, because otherwise they'll cut the constant bid for attention, bid for communication, and then they'll take it somewhere else, and they'll continue to take it there and there and there and there and there and there and there till somebody gives them that attention. And when they do, let's just hope it's a good person. So that's what happens as children. When we're growing up, we're not given attention by our loved ones. It can be your parents. Usually it starts off with your parents, and unfortunately sometimes our parents is very, very busy, and it's not their fault. They're trying to give us a better life, and these are some of the things that I always say it's up to us as the next generation to to break that and evolve and not repeat what our parents were doing that we think was off. That's why we evolve and do it better, and then the next generation does it better too. So with that being said, that bid for communication is very important. So that's why that specific A, one of the 5A's of love, attention, is very important, because when a child is given that attention, they're able to know that they can always come back home, or it limits them trying to get attention from too many people unnecessarily. That's why you wonder why you have somebody who's always consistently all over the place, because they never really had that one place where they can get specific attention. And sometimes they get to a place where they're able to get specific attention, but because when they were young, it wasn't normal to them. It's still not normal to them yet, but it gets to a point where eventually, once they're able to dig up in themselves and sit down and ask themselves, why is it that I'm so all over the place? Then they can reach back into that database and realize, oh, I wasn't really getting that much attention as a child from either my parents, from my cousins, my uncles, the people who I thought were my close friends, or just family in general. And then when the child's able to see that, then they're able to, work on that specific stuff, So because you have some children who are, you know, they don't have parents, but their parents or their family was their teammates or their coach or something, so they had that attention specifically. But something was, you know, missing. All by the grace of God, they had it all from their coach and their peers, which is, you know, what we all look forward to. So that's it today on that first A of love, attention. Now look into yourself, see, you know, if you got the attention you need as a child, and look at yourself as an adult right now and see, you know, if you don't go seeking attention from the wrong crowd, because I won't lie, I know I did, and I'm glad I caught on to it, and, you know, grateful for that. I hope the video made sense. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask some questions. And yeah, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, share the video. Thank you.